Chelsea ama Man City kwan so omutimine Mateo Kovacic edin komo one the representatives. Now say club emma akwanya ne sana, it means they are willing to sell.
Oh, okay.
Because say me player na me pese meton a obebo kokoko bisa ne ho asem na ma catch you say full stop. Member wenim kra na mento aso. But we know omabie kwan na omo ne player needing komo. So what City will do is that omo be present omo offer e dey ama Kovacic and the team. Omo be study if a suit omo they will consider Manchester City, but from the corners of the player and come on Moody and say the player is keen on joining a team like Manchester City, unlike other suitors and our clubs or more pen. Now DNT he thinks that on no echo City quality or more on a bit me abuano now projecting a career now over the last phase of the career. Player Biano, you ever say there were 3 phases of your career: the early stages, the peak stage, and then the decline stage. Ura 29 or 30 anymore, you are declining. And to own shada and to me bobo no, to say they're now to me bo mid 20s, late 20s no. So Kovacic will want to join a team where he will not really need to exert much, where there will be not too much pressure on him, but he will be able to give you quality and then deliver at the top level. And then the Manchester City story. Now, why are Chelsea willing to sell? Yembra, so Kovacic joined Chelsea in 2018. Were bought for 5 seasons. And he has basically done his best for the club. Chelsea J Champions League, G Super Cup, J the Club World Cup. Kovacic was at the peak of his powers. But it wasn't just that. Before ASR Chelsea, Kovacic had demonstrated quality. But baby, I would know over 29 years, aka 1 year on his contract. The current earnings of Kovacic, weekly wages, monthly need dear obenyani nano. If you are negotiating for an extension, obedi can be the account. Are Chelsea in a position to pay more? No, especially at the time at Chelsea air planning squad building. So you want to cut some of the high earners from your team, especially Omo Sheda ending Tintimawum. And is Kovacic an untouchable in the Chelsea team? No. Obetime the one sakano, and Chelsea will not really suffer in terms of the absence. So they think this is the best opportunity to cash in on a player year 29, equal 30, a player and the injury record. And so Enshadan is so good. In the last 2 seasons, no, Kovacic has not really had a very good injury-free campaign. Last season, for instance, you bought 251 days of competitive football. Kovacic may see 55. 20% of the entire season on the now bench. Or may say 7 games. And then the inconsistencies and so affected our and I say engineered by some minutes now onya no dodo embo or park. So if Chelsea want him to move, it means that they are moving a player to some extent or injury prone, and to some extent he's a player that they can dispense with. Now why do Manchester City want Kovacic? And Abu simple. Video here you can see clearly that he's a player with several qualities that Manchester City will need. Qualities very American wants them. City need a ball progressor. The current situation at City is there could be news around Bernardo Silva. Omu season now. Otna Anase or Ko. Then okay Gundogan. And also basically we are born a contract never. So he's a free. And also Obetna no Ko. So in the absence of 1 or 2 players no move free mono, they would need somebody with experience who will slot in. Kovacic has Premier League experience or La Liga experience, Champions League so or pedigree kakra. He's won the Champions League with Madrid. We're winning Champions League, with Chelsea. So if he comes in, he has qualities that one Bernardo Silva and Gundogan can give you, or more ball retention qualities. Say otumiki tabo na air so beje finish him. No correct. The was screen, so you can see Kovacic so Ojebope. He is easily able to evade the marker. Obi obe ni biano. It has obe body shape no, and I say obe adjust it. Now we beat you. Owie he can progress the ball. Next or the ball no so nante. Now so back when batter the game when they say obey say you no. The final pass or the final shot will be lacking. And do you trust a coach like Pep to make you better in such instances? Yes. Raheem Sterling. No similar issues with Liverpool. But Pep Guardiola made him a better version of the Sterling who was Liverpool. So he was scoring and then he was contributing more productively. Although it's not perfect to say they don't do. But Sterling at City under Pep was a better player than the CCA. So if Pep can add certain touches to your game to help you improve, then you can trust him say he can do something similar with Mateo Kovacic. The ball progression qualities ne the owoni inano or similarities be with Kevin De Bruyne. Ne pass and ne so precise and accurate to say De Bruyne the no. But to me maybe. And so you trust that Erling Haaland will benefit from some of his one-touch passing, quick or release it to more. Haaland will always run off the shoulder of defenders, not also the acquire. So I think that he's a player that will fit into the Manchester City setup. He's a player that will not need more time to settle. But Obetima Jumana Senior said, yeah, he's had Inter Milan, exactly. Yeah, but I think that Chelsea didn't know what Bopa. The other clubs, he didn't really cement himself in the starting lineup. Team. But with Chelsea, he's played for 5 seasons and why are there? And then upon it is a Manchester United on the lookout for a striker. Now, Omone entrant Frankfurt didn't come about Randall Colomwani. And then a branch offense Rasmus Højlund. Now, I didn't know Manchester United's ideal target a Harry Kane. Harry Kane ne player or more so monster ever can. But Papa or no that I am in Daniel Levy. It's difficult to deal with him, and especially news everyone say Spurs will not want to do a deal for Kane with a Premier League rival. And so beton crana. And not just that, the next target at United war ADL's Victor Osimhen or body Napoli. President Nini Aurelio De Laurentiis is also a difficult negotiator. We didn't come about the car to Abontin say Abranti will on turn in there and turn it now. So Otekisha stance, I mean that a boy all about the ball and then I'm 200 million euros. So you can't now. Casa say oh turn in there turn it now and then I'm 200 million euros. And yes sir, he will drag his feet. He's done that with Abrante Kalidou Koulibaly. Clubs ban home, price no insist no. And no one Ojina Koulibaly could not make a move. So United would definitely look out for options and no ever from Kakra and so the momo. Then it leads them to Rasmus Højlund, or a 20-year-old Danish striker. And Chaya no be remo Atlanta Bergamo. Atlanta no he has shown us qualities or war. Nidine Erling Haaland there ne yase. Almost answer was similarities, but where they are no show promise he has certain ball playing qualities Erling Haaland any. So United will want to tap into that and then perhaps see that there are potential for improvement or make me abua and will develop him at 20 years with a coach like Ten Hag. That coach is no omo per players omo say send a beya omusa obetimi atene no atene nyoma bi a woni game ne ho a ebetimi amana a better version of player no ye no. What does he do? He's a clinical finisher. He finishes with his left foot, the right foot, and an it. So aerially he gives you the presence. United tried a prototype with a Wild Vegas, but Vegas there no the goal contributions now but said your share, but the all-round play and then the contribution to the team effort, then they are commendable. On the part of Højlund, United will be getting a younger version of Vegas who will get you goals and has more energy to also contribute to the team. So what does he do? Obetimia you born the afa opponent wa run it no akofa because he has speed. Aside that, he can also do the striker or no beshe no layups no into onoya link up ejumana or jebona no release. So he's that team striker who can contribute goals for you as well. And to United think that onobe a cheaper version of Harry Kane, a cheaper version of Victor Osimhen, because Atlanta would take a little above 80 million euros. No be jada song call. Or no free wa Randall Colomwani. Bedna Nimno will walk up the obey with the France national team. Or Edema entrant Frankfurt. And also a ball playing centre forward. When he a more modern a centre forward than Rasmus Højlund, you know. But he can equally do a job. You're liking it to Thierry Henry because our the ability say so I'm more central cry or to maybe operate on the flanks. No idea Jumana send you say and send you fata. Way so bueno, it will be cheaper than Victor Osimhen and Harry Kane. So United want to look at options on the market. In the event, say, plan A, I'm fat. Plan B, I'm fat. They know the next available options that they have to take. And that is why they are going in for. And yet these two strikers say, will they slot in and do a job? Yes. I trust, say, Coach Eric Ten Hag, he has the knack for developing and making players better. If he is able to get the stance of one of these two players, and so they are more.
Mate, me da se pa Mr. Boadu.
Miss Medasi.
Baluta sell.